Vacancy rate definition. Vacancy rate is the percentage of all units of a rental property that are vacant or unoccupied at any given time. Calculating vacancy rate. Vacancy rates are calculated by the number of vacant units x 100 total number of units. Wholesaling definition. Wholesaling in real estate is the process through which an individual, the wholesaler, acquires a contract from the seller of the property and assigns that same contract to an end buyer. Wholesale properties are discounted, distressed properties usually found through means other than real estate agents or listings. Why it matters. Wholesaling is considered among the top short-term investment strategies and a great way for beginner investors to break into the real estate industry. That's because wholesaling requires very little or no capital to get started. 1% rule definition. The 1% rule is the rent-to-expense ratio a property must have in order to produce positive cash flow. Investor tips. Rent on an investment property must be at least 1% of the purchase price to get a positive ROI. The 1% rule is more of a rule of thumb as opposed to a hard and fast rule. 2% rule definition. The 2% rule suggests that a rental property is a good investment if the money from rent each month is equal to or greater than 2% of the purchase price. Investor tips. Much like the 1% rule, the 2% rule is another rent-to-expense ratio that rental property owners can use to determine if the investment will be cash flowing or not. The 2% rule is another rule of thumb as opposed to a hard and fast rule. 1031 exchange definition. A 1031 exchange is an investment strategy that allows investors to defer paying capital gains taxes on an investment property when it is sold, as long as another, like-kind property, is purchased with the profit gained by the sale of the first property, according to the IRS. Investor tip. There are several rules and guidelines to qualify and complete a 1031 exchange, so it's highly suggested to utilize a real estate investment expert or an attorney specializing in real estate. Conclusion. All the real estate definitions and terms can feel like learning a new language. Learning and understanding the most commonly used real estate investment definitions to ensure that you're equipped to decide if a rental property will be a good investment or not. Stick to the numbers, avoid letting emotion get in the way, and utilize the resources and knowledge gained to make savvy real estate investment decisions.